the Houston Texans recap show, baby. Houston Texans. CJ Stroud returns today. We go into Indianapolis where he does not lose, and we leave the game 20-16. I tell you what, man, the start of the game, I mean, we started rolling a little bit. It looked like we were going to run off with the game. I think, no, from what I remember, Indianapolis Colts got the ball first. Their coach was like, hey, man, we finna set the standard. We getting the ball first. We not tripping. But my defense was getting them up out of there. Now, remember, Daniel Jones is playing with like a broke leg or something, or a broke fibula, or whatever the case may be. So my whole mindset going into this game was, hey, man, if we could stop the run, because they have an MVP running back, if we could stop the run and we could kind of force Daniel Jones to throw the ball, we might be all right, man. And it was looking like it was going that way for a second, man. In the beginning of the game, I think CJ Stroud had like a decent start, but then it started to slow down, man. I remember it getting to a point with me thinking like, oh, do we need to just kind of keep Davis Mills in the back of our minds? But then the adult me said, you know what? With anything, you got to give it a little time. You can't pull the plug on him too quickly. You got to give him time. And as he was given time, I want to say the second half, he came out getting us downfield. And in the second half, we didn't even have to punt the ball. Now, on the running game side, we had a few, I'm not going to call them explosive runs, but we had a few first downs, but nothing major in the run game. But thank God for Nico Collins, man. You got to be able to depend on Nico Collins. Jaden Higgins is coming along that route. And man, we were able to get some things done. Nico Collins ended the game with 98 98 receiving yards. And he had a rushing touchdown, man. We were still having issues in the red zone, but there was one play in the red zone where we just kind of pitched it to Nico Collins and he found his way in the end zone, man. Our defense, man, shout out to our defense that has been holding it down. Held them to 16 points. The Colts were looked at as like, I guess, a high-powered offense, whatever the case may be. Not with us. Not with us in their home. We held them to 16 points, man. And we were able to get out of there and get it done. I think Jason Taylor ended with like 85 yards, 85 rushing yards. Now, he had over 100 all-purpose yards, whatever. But 85 rushing yards is major. Not only that, on our end, Woody Marks had about 64. So Jason Taylor didn't do too much better than my guy, Woody Marks. And if you look at our running attack, it's not like that. But man, it was good to see. It was good to see CJ Stroud gather his confidence in the second half. You know, he just needed that first half to kind of figure it out. And if we can have this version of CJ Stroud, man, I think we'll be all right, man. I believe CJ Stroud's capable of putting up 24 points or better. And that's the thing, man. Davis Mills, I think Davis Mills is to the point where he won't lose the game for us. But the superhuman play, the superhuman throws, for lack of better terms, CJ Stroud's going to be able to do that. CJ Stroud's a little more accurate, so you have a better chance of going deeper and further, which is the same thing, pause, with CJ Stroud, man. So shout out to Davis Mills, who held it down for us, but we got our number one quarterback back, man. And my defense held it down, man. Now, there was one point, man, my defense was getting these penalties. I'm like, man, we cannot get this game away. But in the fourth quarter, it was like, let me see, I want to say the Colts were like in field goal range, but because they missed a field goal earlier in the game, they had to score a touchdown. Time was winding down, so it was 4-down territory. My guys held it down, man. It was like 3rd and 9 and, something like that, man. My guys held it down, man. And it got to a point where all we had to do was kind of just get one first down and run the clock out, man. But y'all know what it is. Houston Texans started out 0-3. We were out of the playoff hunt whatever the case may be, or it looked like, it was going to be a fight to get back in it, and we fought to get back in it. We have now won our 4th game in a row. Dallas Cowboys handled the Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you. And if you live in Houston, or if you're familiar with, Texas, Houston Texans, Dallas Cowboys, we don't mingle like that. But anywho, they handle business for us. So, and we see them next week. We see the Kansas City Chiefs next week. And what we have to do is continue to handle business, and we will be fine. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking at the Buffalo versus Pittsburgh game right now, and we beat Buffalo. So we need Pittsburgh to win today, and we jump ahead of Buffalo in that last wild card spot today. Do you see how when you let things play out, sometimes you just got to sit back and let things play out, man. And sometimes when you work hard and you push through, things end up in your favor, man. But y'all know what it is, man. Christopher B. Robinson's Houston Texans. We went to Lucas Oil Field with C.J. Stroud as our quarterback, who is now 3-0 in Lucas Oil Field, and we beat them 20-16. And we're only getting better. We're 7-5, and I think we could win about 11 games. But y'all mucho take it easy, H-Town all day.